Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Good morning to you or good afternoon, wherever you are, guys. And welcome to All Cards on Deck. Today is our 10th episode. I'm celebrating this little milestone with all of you. My name is Ola, and I'm the host of these little LinkedIn series where I sit down with different guests who have absolutely different backgrounds, but they all have something in common. They all live their lives on purpose. So I sit down with these guests and I ask them questions regarding their purpose. Who are they? What is their purpose? How did they find it? What challenges they faced along the way? And these little LinkedIn series and lives have a twist to it. I'm using on the second uh, part of these lives. I'm using these cards. They're called "We Are Not Really Strangers," and I pull three cards out of this card deck. And these cards have random personal questions in them. And this is how we're bringing a bit of fun and playfulness into these lives and into quite a serious topic as purpose. And today we have another special guest. His name is Daniele. He is a breathwork and wellness coach who has found himself working at a corporate job and burning out. And what helped him to get out of this burnout and feeling of being lost, what helped him was not a quick fix or a supplement or quitting his job. What helped him was breath. And today we're going to dive deeper into this beautiful healing modality that I love so much too. So, Daniele, so happy to have you here. Welcome to All Cards on Deck.
Thank you so much, Hola, for this beautiful introduction. I'm really happy and excited to be here with you. For me, it's an honor and a pleasure. And, if you want, I can share just a little bit about my background, about who I am, about what I'm doing, about how I discovered the
Absolutely.
breath work.
That is actually the first question. Who are you? So we can start from there.
Amazing. I'm Daniele. I'm from a little country not so far from Milano. And, I have a background as an architect. And, in Italy, it's not so easy to find a job as an architect. And more or less 10 years ago, I decided to looking for something correlated, linked with the architectural field, and I decided to go deeper in the computer graphic world. So it means that I started developing architectural visualization, and that's where 10 years ago I found my first important job in a company in Milano. And this is the start of my journey, and I'm really happy to talk about this part of my life, because it was very important for me, for my journey. And it's a crucial part of the entire puzzle. So today I'm here just because I ran that path. And
Mm-hmm.
I joined this beautiful company in Milano in 2015. And, at times we were just 8 people. The company was very small, but the company started to grow very quick, very fast. And in 3 years, we were 200 people. Yeah,
Wow, that's very fast growth. Amazing.
yeah, yeah. It was an amazing journey for me because I started to work not just a CGI artist, a computer graphic artist, but I became quickly a manager. and I had the opportunity to co-create the department of the architectural visualization in this company. Co-created because we were two people that work closely together for a lot of years to construct the team. And we had to build the guidelines, we had to hiring the right people, because the vision of this company is very huge, and we were very ambitious. And
Mm-hmm.
the team, the department grow a lot, and I had the opportunity to manage teams. I think that we reached more or less 70 people in the team.
Seven
70.
zero.
Yeah, 70.
Whoa, okay.
It was a little bit challenging without a strong background to manage a lot of people. And to be honest, during this path, I made a lot of mistakes. I had to, learn during the path. And it's not so easy, because failing in front of real people, it's hard, but it teaches you how to be stronger and how to be better next time, just if you want to improve your journey. And this is the first part of my journey. It was like a linear path to like in a high mountain. But as
Yeah,
you know, life it's not a linear path.
the roller
So
coaster.
yeah. So long story short, some years ago, 3 4 years ago, the company had some challenging situation, because the real estate market is not so predictable. you know there are some, it's like to surfing the waves. It's a very complex world, and even if the CEO of this company has a great vision, has a strong vision, it's not so easy to surf the waves. So there were some optimization in the company regarding the different roles, the general organigram. And for example, one of these optimization touched directly me, because my previous manager decided that our department needed just one manager.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were into.
One manager for 70 people.
Nope, because I think that in that moment there were 50 people, and there were also some project leaders that helped the managers to manage all the people. There was a strong structure to manage all
Mm-hmm.
of the stuff that I co-created with the other guy. And I had the two possibilities in that moment, because I didn't mention, but my previous manager decided to continue working with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for me, in the first time, it wasn't easy, because I had to decide if I'd like to continue to work in that company, or looking for something outside. But in this moment, I didn't have a clear vision about what I'd like to do. And
Mm-hmm.
it worked me a lot. It helped me a lot, the process that I did with my coach Nicolas. I often mentioned him in my post, because he always helped me to figure out how to construct something from challenging situation. And the first challenge that we faced together was to learn English, because 3 years
Mm-hmm.
ago I didn't speak one word of English. And
Unbelievable.
thank you. And this was our first goal. And then when we had the opportunity to work on a real different challenge, we started to looking for something, and that's where that was the moment when I discovered the power of the breathwork, the power of the breath.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a lot of anxiety, I had a lot of stress. I needed a tool to manage my stress, my anxiety, and I have now a lot of tool. I have a strong routine, and every day I know how to manage my stress and anxiety. But at times I didn't have this knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have this experience.
So did Nicholas suggest you breath work to regulate your nervous system, or like how come specifically breath work was that tool you chose?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, during the entire path with Nicolas, I'm still working with him. There wasn't, I didn't remember one single event where he suggested me something.
Mm-hmm,
Maybe,
mm-hmm,
some books to read, etc. But for important decision, he is simply amazing to help you to figure out how to do the things with your own feet. And
mm-hmm,
this is crucial because you have to believe about what you are doing, and the best thing to find your way is just doing with yourself. And a good coach helps you to find the path with the right questions. And Nicolas,
mm-hmm.
he's simply amazing to put the right question in the right moment. I think he has a gift.
Yes. So basically, he asked you the right questions, and you yourself figured out the answer to try breath work, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I started without a specific reason, because it was a sort of feeling to make some researches about how to manage anxiety, stress, etc. And I found some YouTube videos. There is an amazing channel, Breathe with Sandy. I really love his work. I think he's the best one in this field. And
Mm-hmm.
so there are some guided breathwork session that you can do at home on your sofa. And I decided just to try it. And the first time that I did breathwork, I realized that it was like mind blowing, because just with 10 minutes, 15 minutes of practice, my brain shut down, and all the noise, all the problems that I have in my mind disappear for that moment. And also I started to experience some benefits throughout the day. For example,
Mm-hmm.
if I practice breathwork during the morning, in the afternoon I was feeling better as well. And I started to create a link from the practice and all the benefits that you can experience with breathwork. And it was like a real revelation for me.
Mm-hmm. So basically, can you tell us a little bit more? You were watching these videos, right? In the morning, how long was your routine? Is it like a 1 hour breath work or 10-minute breath work? Like, when did you find time? Did you have any resistance also? Because some people find themselves like, I want to do it, but there is like self-sabotaging. Like, eventually they don't do it. But you were very, very consistent, as per my understanding with it. So yeah, what helped you to stay consistent? And how long was that practice for you? 15 minutes, an hour? How did you like implement it into your life?
Sure.
Blend it.
Another great question, and thank you for this question, Ola. So the I I developed my discipline during my childhood because and this is challenging for me working at times with people. I had to develop a very good strategy to help people to develop discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I developed my discipline when I was a child thanks to karate.
Yes.
Because I practiced it for 8 years. I did some challenging situation. I did some competition. Mm,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and for me, that background helped me to develop my discipline. But the good thing that I'm experiencing now with the clients is that there is a way to develop discipline. And maybe later we can go deeper a little bit more about this thing.
Yes, I'm also curious.
To answer your second question, my routine is very easy. I wake up, I have my shower, a little bit hot and from 3 to 5 minutes cold. Maybe
Freezing cold.
yeah, yeah, completely. And maybe we can talk a little bit more about this thing later. And after that, I have to give some foods to my cats. I have two cats.
Oh.
And then I lie down on my sofa and I practice breath work. It depends about how time I have, but from 10 minutes to 30. It depends. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
during the day, if I don't have a lot of work, it's very rare for the moment, unfortunately. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe at night, I do a second session because
Mm-hmm.
before sleep is something simply amazing.
Yeah, it calms down your nervous system and you're able to sleep well, right?
Sure,
But it's
sure.
interesting, in the morning it energizes you, in the evening it calms you down. Like, how does it work?
So, um, the breathing, it's not just like insert air in your nose and let it go. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just so simple. The breathing world is so deep, and I discovered that thanks to the oxygen advantage method. The oxygen advantage is a scientific method created by Patrick McKeown. And
Mm-hmm.
I read this book 3 years ago, I think, and then I decided to become an oxygen advantage coach. And
Mm-hmm.
the proposition about the oxygen advantage is very connected with the sports world because if you use breathing in the right way, you can improve your sport performance.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes, I can totally also feel that from my own experience. When I'm doing exercises or yoga, when my breath is off, the way I'm doing the exercise also feels a bit wobbly and off. But as soon as I match my in breath, out breath with what I do, it becomes so much easier.
yeah, yeah, that's completely right. Because when I discovered the oxygen advantage method, as a coach, during this path, I learned that okay, we can improve our performance, but first thing first, we have to learn the foundation. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, the measure impact about my job, about what I do now on LinkedIn, is that 75% of people suffer of chronic over breathing. It means that we breathe more than what we have to do, and also our breathing it can be very shallow. And
Mm-hmm.
a proper breathing pattern help you to relax your nervous system for all the day, and this is the foundation. Then and now I'd like to answer your first question about the morning and the night. I have to, link every dot to,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Start with the foundation, the root cause, and slowly get into
yeah.
the
And
plant itself.
when you learn the foundation, you understand that the breath can be used in very different ways. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, in the morning, I used to practice very strong practice like the Wim Hof method.
Mm-hmm.
Wim Hof method is like 4 cycles of deep belly and chest breathing, like this.
And
And
retention, right?
yeah, yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
a strong way to energize your body. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to go to bed and sleep, I will suggest you other practice. For
Different.
example, slowing down our exhale helps us to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, the
Mm-hmm.
ones that is responsible for calm, manage anxiety and stress. And before going to bed, maybe I will use a simple 4-7-8 technique.
Yeah,
It
I
means
love this one too. Mm-hmm.
4 second inhale, 7 second hold, and 8 second long exhale. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
good way, to prepare your body for a good sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Actually, like the 4-7-8 breathing really, really helped me in a very stressful situation. Like it works like magic. I remember I was in Bali and me and my friend found ourselves in a place like we don't know where we are and it's very, very steep. We're on our scooters. Then she
Oh my
fell, like
god.
literally there was an accident. And there was so much stress. And then I remembered in that specific moment, the 4-7-8 breathing. And while everything around is just like total disaster, it really helped me center myself. And eventually we were able to get out of like with our scooters, get out of this crazy place. Really, really steep. It was like this, like a mountain type of thing, and us on scooters alone. I fixed the bike and we went home. But yeah, I can from my own experience, because some people would be like, what 4-7-8? Like, what is this? It really, really works, especially if you're in a very stressful situation. Like this is where you can see how breath works in an incredible way. So yeah, thank you for sharing this method.
Yeah, yeah. There is something super important about what you said before, and a lot of people still don't know that there is a strong correlation with our breathing and our mental state. It
Mm-hmm.
means that this is crazy, because it means that with breathing we can control our thoughts, and this is possible because everything in our body is connected. There is a connection with breathing, our nervous system, and then the signals that we send to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And this is incredible, because a lot of people experience burnout, not just because they do a lot of yeah, there are a lot of reasons why people can experiencing burnout, but one common situation for all the people that will experience this problem is that they don't pay attention to the breath. And in this case, it's very common that they breathe a lot. They breathe so much. If you start to look this type of people, their breathing is like this.
Through the
You,
like through the chest, right?
yeah, yeah, you
Chest
can
breathing.
see to work just with chest. This means that you are using just this part of your lunges. Our
Mm-hmm.
lunges come here. This is the hand part. Oh my god, sorry. The background.
Background is falling.
Okay,
Yeah.
nope, just 1 second.
No worries at all.
This
Things
is
like this
the
happen. This is the
this is the
technical part I was talking to you
exactly. Okay, sorry,
before.
because
No worries.
this is my cool background, but it's a little bit unstable at times.
It's fine.
So, what I was trying to say is that when when we use the entire section of our lunges, we have the possibility to oxygenate our body in a better
Hmm.
way. Our brain requires more or less 20% of the entire body oxygen. And if we don't use the entire lunges, it means that we are not oxygenating our brain and our body, our organs in the right way.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, long story short, there is a wrong way to breathe and there is a right way to breathe. And what I'm teaching in my coaching is is to help people to make this process, this right process, in automatic. So it means that
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
work for free for weeks with specific exercises from Oxygen Advantage, and then you will be able to breathe in the right way without thinking about it. It means that
Hmm.
you breathe slow, you breathe deeply in your not just in your chest, but starting in in your belly area,
Hmm.
because that's crucial. We have to engage our diaphragm, and when you inhale, the diaphragm go down and push all the organs down, and then your belly will expand. And when
Hmm.
you exhale, your diaphragm go up, and then everything come back at the starting position. And this is the right way. We have to follow a slow rhythm. We are talking about 6, 8 breath for in 1 minute. That's the
Hmm.
right. This is the right pace to stimulate your nervous system in the right way during the entire day.
So it's kind of like you're training people's lungs, you know, how we have trainings for our muscles. Like I work with people's mindsets, so I train their brain to think differently. What you do is kind of like train their lungs to help them breathe better and in the right way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason, the main reason why we have to send the right signals to our nervous system and then to our brain. That's how we prevent burnout, with the presence. Because I know a lot of people that do multitask, that run all of the day without doing anything, but they
Yeah.
run as well. And we have to stop to these notifications, all of these things activated our nervous system, our sympathetic nervous system, and this send to our brain the signal that we have to run, we have to do, we have to, but we have
Stress.
to, yeah, we have to be present. And the breath, the right pace, deep belly breath, help us to stay here in the moment, and prevent this fight and flight mode. At times we
Hmm.
need it, because at times we have to run from the lion, but it can be the
Hmm.
standard of a fight flight mode. mm, it will lead you to burnout at 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense. And now I'm really, really curious about the discipline, right? So we spoke about the breath and different techniques. How are you teaching your clients to be disciplined because you have a beautiful foundation, 8 years in karate, right? And this helped you. How just a normal human being who doesn't have this foundation,
Yeah,
how can that person stay consistent and be disciplined with this breath work and anything in life?
yeah. From my own personal vision, every person has a trigger. It means that maybe you don't like to go to the gym, but you have to look at things from different perspective. Maybe you love dancing, or maybe you love to sing, and you can link singing with dancing and moving your body. And there is always a way. I saw a lot of people that spent a lot of time on the sofa, and it's fine at times to relax, to rest, but our body is designed to move. And we have to find a way to move. And I think that to be disciplined, you have in sports or in every part of life, you have to find something that you love. But and also you have to accept that you can't love 100% of what you will do. I love sports, but at times I don't want to work out because I'm tired, etc. You know it. But if you love something, and this is crucial, there are then some strategic techniques that can help you to stay consistent. Like, for example, we can set some short goals to reach that dopamine hit, and we have also to have a clear vision, and we are talking about years. Mm, you know, I steal a technique from my coach that
Hmm.
he used with me. It's very powerful, and if you start to play and try to figure out what you want to reach in 5 years, then start to figure out what you have to reach in 3 years, then two, then one, then 6 months. It's not easy. It's a long process. Maybe it can require 1 hour, or maybe some weeks to figure out all the things. But coming back, okay, what you can do tomorrow, the
Hmm.
first single pace, something that you can repeat for the next 5 years. Maybe you can just breathe for 1 minute, but what 1 minute is just more from compared with zero. And
Hmm.
when we talk about discipline, another crucial thing is to just see our path, because my version of discipline, it will be very different from yours. And not all the people, no, not all the people can reach your goals, or vice versa. We have
Hmm.
to understand what we want to reach, and then we have to be able to start taking action, the right action, but we can't force ourselves too long. I tried to directly on myself because, as I said, I have a strong discipline. But after months, you will you will fail. You have to
Hmm.
find a sustainable path. That's
Yes.
that's crucial.
I love it. I love how you kind of like went backwards, right? Your goal, and then you divide it into smaller steps. And I'm a true believer of taking action. Even when we talk about manifestation, you visualize, you sit, and you imagine all of these things. But if you don't take action, like chances are you'll never reach your goals. So it's all about taking those little steps, even there if they're teeny, meeny, tiny ones. And I also loved what you mentioned about having these steps sustainable, making them a bit more fun according to what you love. Like if you like singing, go dance and sing, right? How amazing it when we combine these things. And from my side, I was the person who hates the gym. I was like, gym is not for me. Like it's boring, it's painful. Like why would anyone go there? And this year, I decided that I will go to the gym and I've been very, very consistent. And you know what? I freaking love the gym. And you know why? Because I combined, so I love human beings and I love interacting with people. So what I did, I don't go to the gym just by myself. I have a coach who's coaching me. So I'm interacting with her. I really, really love that interaction with her. And now because I'm fulfilling like one of my passions and things that I love during the gym. I kind of combine these two and I love going there. I'm excited to go to the gym every week. Can you imagine? And I would if you would ask me 1 year ago, hey, you'll be going to the gym and you'll be loving it, I would be like, you're crazy. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. And I can see how it works even on my own experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So, question in regards to your work right now, right? You mentioned that there was a time in the past where you were not chosen as a manager, right? What did you choose afterwards? Like, how did that point of your life eventually unfold? Did you stay in that company or you left the company? Yeah.
So I made a lot of thoughts, especially with my coach about that. And I decided to continue working for this company. And some people around me maybe say that okay, you have to change path. You can't accept this situation. But as I said before, every person has to look inside in difficult moment and choose what fits better for him. And in this company, there are a lot of people that helped me to manage the process. I have a lot of friends, and so it was like a natural conclusion because I had the possibility to do something in the team that I construct, and doing something that I still love, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't have so much responsibility, and outside work, I can start, to find a different way and to explore something that I love. And that was the path that I decided to take. And that's the moment where I read the Oxygen Advantage book, and then I did the Oxygen Advantage program to become a coach, and
Mhm.
that's where I started from zero to build my path on LinkedIn.
Amazing. So then the next question, because right now you're working for that company, you have your own, coaching biz. You also, I feel like you're always at the gym.
No.
When I check your post, like this guy just lives in the gym. So where do you have time? Find time. Where do you find the energy to fit everything? Because also what I find from people who are working in the office, they're like, I don't have time, I don't have energy for the side biz, for the side hustle. How are you combining all of
Yeah.
it?
My secret weapon, I have two secret weapon. The breathwork and also the working out time. You
Hmm.
know, I totally understand what you say. Mm, People think that they don't have time, but from my own perspective, it's just a matter of priorities. So, for example, and we come back to the habits loop. you know, if you have the right habits, you will have, you with time, you will construct, you will build the your focus, your mental energy. And right habits, it means that we have to prioritize our health. It means that we have to working out, we have to pay attention to our nutrition. By the way, I started working last week with a nutritionist because my I didn't pay so much attention about this aspect, but now I'd like to fix a little bit more. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have to pay attention to your sleep, and then you have to pay attention to your breathing. If you start to working on this thing, just a little steps every day, you don't have to invest from the first day 1 hour or for all of this stuff. But if you start to build healthy habits, you will have a huge return about your energy. It's automatic, but you have to find your trigger. You have to find your way to incorporate our your this lifestyle, because I also think that not all of the people are disposed to make some sacrifice. For
Mm-hmm.
example, at times I prioritize my sleep, and maybe I will not go out with some friends on Saturday nights. But this is my personal vision. I also
Mm-hmm.
have friends for sure, but now I'm making different choices compared with some years ago, some
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice, because it's like you have to find your personal balance.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, even with friends, yes, you might not go in the evening to a bar and drink alcohol, but you can go during the day, have a walk, go to the nature. I mean, you can connect with people and friends in different ways. It's just about finding these ways and finding the right people who would be willing to do this with you, right?
Yes, yes, that's the way. That's the way.
Yeah. So, coming back to purpose, if you would kind of like summarize it maybe in one sentence, what is your purpose?
My main purpose is to help people to discover how something very easy, very simple, very natural, how the breath can help us to totally change our lives. This
Hmm.
is
And it's
my
funny,
main
like
purpose.
it's literally under everyone's nose. Like under your nose, you have the answers. Like
Yes.
so simple, it's literally there. It's kind of like when a person has sunglasses or glasses on their head and they're looking everywhere. Oh my God, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? I cannot find them, and they're literally on your head. Okay.
Yes.
And what challenges did you face along the way of finding your purpose? Like what challenges were there for you?
Yes, the main challenge for me is to find mental energy to navigate in when I'm tired, because as you said before, I have a lot of things to do during the day, and there are some days that I'm not at 100%, and maybe I'm a little bit sad, I'm a little bit tired, but that's the moment where we have to understand that as I said before, the life it's not a linear path. We have to, and day by day, I started to accept this thing, and when I'm not at my best, what I usually try to communicate at my brain is that it's fine. It's fine. Maybe today I will slow down. I will postpone. I hate to postpone things on my agenda, but I'm learning to do that, and it's fine. It's not a problem. Today I will slow it down. I will slow down just a little because I can do that. I have to listen what my body. I have to listen what my body has to say. I have to listen my feeling, and that's totally fine.
Hmm. And I feel like when we pause and slow down, this is where the actual recovery happens. Recovery of our mind, recovery of our body. And also, I don't know if you've ever noticed it. For me, when I slow down and when I pause, this is where I feel the most creative flow. Suddenly, like ideas are coming and like I find that energy, that fire to then have these ideas and act on them when I have the energy. Like, have you experienced it before? Like when you pause and or when you slow down?
Yeah, yeah. You know, the hard thing to have a strong discipline is that it's not easy because I
Mm-hmm.
think that with my coach we did some tests and I'm a sort of a hyperachiever. It means
Mm-hmm.
that I have always something to do, always something to create, and you know, the breathing once again helps me to stop. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, that's the moment when I have a lot of ideas, and when I have when my creativity blow up, and you know, there are some specific breathwork techniques that helps you to see at the end like the stars. So that's also the reason why I'll go to Lapland in February 2026.
For Wim Hof or
Yeah, yeah, to a Wim Hof experience without a Wim, with another extractor, but you
mm,
know, to experience the real cold, the nature, the some deeper practice. A lot of
mm-hmm.
people say to me that I'm crazy,
I
but
love it. I do that too, honestly.
yeah, yeah. And you know, cold plunges are also a beautiful and amazing way to stop and feel the moments. I really
Mm-hmm.
love the sensation, the calm, the noise background stops, and it's a sensation that I will suggest to everyone.
Yeah, cold plunges are amazing. Like, what are the health benefits? Because you were also mentioning you do the cold shower for like 2, 3 minutes. Why do you do that?
Yeah, yeah. So I do a lot of experiments on myself, like you know, the oxygen advantage program. There are other tools. Maybe later I'll talk a little about that. Regarding Wim Hof, you know, there are some scientific studies from 2012 and 2013 that explains that the cold exposure mixed with some breathing exercises can help to improve our immune system. There are some proof that explain that, and I'm very curious and I decided to go deeper in these scientific studies. And you know, I the first one was just with Wim Hof, and the second one in 2013 was with Wim Hof and two group of people. There were the first group of people that were injected with some toxins,
Mm-hmm.
and they had some issues, problem like nausea or a fever or something similar. The second group were injected with the same things, but they practiced the method, so cold exposure and also breathwork for 1 week. And this group of people hadn't any problems or just maybe some little issues. And this was a crucial point for our history because Wim Hof, a crazy man, a crazy man, demonstrated that we can influence our um, autonomous system,
Mm-hmm.
our nervous system, just with breath work and some other actions. And
Mm-hmm.
so after reading the studies, I decided to try on myself. And I the last time that I had fever was 3 years ago. I I don't have throat problems anymore. That before
Mm-hmm.
that, I had a lot, maybe two times a years. I had fevers or issues with throat, but now I don't have problems anymore. And plus, I practice mouth taping at night,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
for me it was a game changer to improve my sleep. And also, if you use your nose during the night, you will wake up much better and without any throat issues.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the cold showers, cold plunges, breath work, it helps the immune system, makes it stronger, and then you're able to fight the viruses or whatever um, diseases are outside, which is really, really awesome. And it's amazing that you already experienced with it
Sure.
and you see the results. This is so
Yes,
good.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
You were also mentioning about the experience of breath work, and sometimes you can see the stars. For me, I've done a couple of breath work experience. I've done and experienced Wim Hof, shamanic breath work, rebirthing also. And honestly, with some sessions, some breathwork sessions, I really had mystical experiences, like mystical. The amount of ecstasy I felt was incredible, or things I've seen, I started like I had some visions. So I'm wondering, what were your mystical experiences, if you ever had any during breathwork?
Yeah, yeah. I had some deeper experiences, and I started to find a pattern to recreate this type of experience. And the pattern is to work with deeper breath and maybe 4 or 5 cycle of a strong hyperventilation. Maybe you can also use your mouth to breathe.
Mm-hmm,
I don't always suggest the people to breathe with the mouth, but
mm-hmm,
there are some specific techniques that can we use the mouth as well. We can say 98% of time you should breathe through your nose, and then 2% of time for emergency or for some specific technique you can use your mouth as well. And this deeper experience were in nature, and also in with other with group people. These were the moment where you know it's not easy to describe this sensation, because it's something that you feel like in a white bubble, and you feel very light. Every problems disappear, but it's very personal, because I also know some people that have some challenging
mm-hmm,
visions. And I
mm-hmm,
think that it really depends about your mental state when you start the breathing. This can have a great influence about what you will see.
mm-hmm. Also, I remember, I think it was my first breathing session, which was shamanic breath work. And could you tell us a little bit more about these hands? The T-Rex hands. I remember like when I was breathing, at some point I felt like my hands are like they were in pain and in so much tension. Like, why is this happening and is this okay?
Yeah, yeah, I experienced it in sometimes this type of situation as well. It's fine. It's not a huge problem, but it happens especially when you work on a hyperventilating or
Mm-hmm.
hyperventilation. This is probably linked also with a shallow breathing, and it means that you are concentrating your oxygen just in some part of your body, and then this is the result. Very you don't have uh, the control of your
Mm-hmm.
extremity.
I see. So basically, I was not breathing that kind of like full breathing, belly, chest, and back, belly, chest, and back. I was just like focused on one of the things, probably on the chest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
That's
probably.
why, yeah. Okay, very interesting. Thank you. All right. What are the tips you can suggest to those people who are in search of their own purpose?
This is a great question. It's I believe that the main important thing is to look for something that we love, but find their personal balance, because there are some advices on LinkedIn, on social media, that just say be consistent and just do it. I think that we have to be consistent. We have to do the things, but we have to use the brain. So we have to balance. One tips, I think that just to find your balance with comfort and discomfort. Too much comfort lead to stagnation. Too much
Mm-hmm.
discomfort leads to burnout. You have to constantly balance these two different aspects from your own vision to grow.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I really, really love this answer. I really love it. Because, as you said, a lot of people are in the comfort zone, even if they don't feel comfortable in that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hate my job, I hate this, but like, that's still the person's comfort zone. And it's beautiful what you said. It's about getting out of that uncomfortable comfort zone and finding that harmony and balance between. This is beautiful. So, we'll move to the second part of our live, the
Yes,
questions.
let's go.
We're not really strangers cards. It has three levels. Each level has a different kind of like topic. We'll start with level one. See what we have. Okay. What is your celebrity crush? Who is your
This,
celebrity crush?
yeah, oh my god. My celebrity crush. This is
We're going really personal here.
okay, okay. No, no, it's totally fine. You have to know that I have a problem to recognize famous faces. Like,
Okay.
if I, yeah, yeah, I know that it's a little bit strange, but maybe if you, if you will say to me, okay, he is George Clooney. Okay, maybe in the next film I will not recognize him. So I have this
Yeah,
problem. But if I have to choose one, maybe I'll say Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. Nice one. She has a nice big smile. I like her in the Angels. What's the movie? Charlie's Angels, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Okay, level two. What is your first love's name and the reason you fell in love with her?
My first last name was Roberta. My first crush when I was 13.
Okay, and why you fell in love with her?
Because I kissed her.
You kissed her and fell in love like
Yeah,
like a princess and prince
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Level three. What do you think people should know about yourself that perhaps they're not aware of?
Okay, I think that people don't know that. I can be fragile, I think. Because,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the last period where I started to share, to build my personal brand on LinkedIn. And, I like to transmit positive a real vision about who I am, but maybe what people see is just the final outcome. It means that people see the refined version of my life. There is much more, and that there are some challenging situation, etc. And I think our brain just cut the deeper part, and it's he just look for the surface.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for sharing because I feel like for everyone, this is important to understand that what we see on social media is the refined version for many of us. Me too. I mean, I go through my own struggles, and usually this is the strategy. Like people go through struggles, then they get out of these struggles, and then they share about their struggles and the way they got out of them. But really rarely people share their struggles in the here and now. Like, oh my God, I'm going through some deep stuff and I'm effed up. So yeah, it's I guess about being vulnerable. So thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that point. And also I feel like it is important to hear it from you specifically because you're a man. And I know that in general in society, a lot of men are conditioned not to share their feelings, not to share what like their emotions, like the unpleasant ones, the hurt, because the man in the society's eye has to be like strong, the provider, the man without emotions. But like we're all human beings, everyone has emotions.
yeah,
And it's about getting in touch with them and being able to process them in the most ecological and healthy way for you. And I guess also breath work helps with that too, to process those emotions, be it hurt, be it anger, be it, as you said, stress and anxiety. This is what we covered. But like it does help with other emotions too, right?
yeah, yeah. So I created some audio breathwork track, and the last one that I created is about emotional release. And I sent it to my coach, and he said to me that he cried. And
Amazing. I mean, crying is sad, but this is amazing that he was able to release.
yeah,
Crying
yeah,
is actually is also very, very beautiful. Okay,
yes.
so we'll be wrapping up. And before we go and say goodbye, how can people find you? What is the best way to connect with you? Is it on LinkedIn? Do you have any other platforms that people could follow you on?
Yeah, LinkedIn is my main platform, and then you can find me on YouTube as well. But I have an Italian YouTube channel. So I also
Hmm.
have an English YouTube channel, but it's not. I'm not working on that in this moment. Maybe I will start in the future. But if someone want to know Italian and want to take a look, I'm also on YouTube. But the first channel for this type of content in English is LinkedIn.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, Daniele, for your story, for sharing, for giving so many amazing tips, for teaching us about breath work and the importance of our personal health. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I'll see everyone in the next one. Cheers.
Bye bye.